Sidetracked there a little bit. Let's continue to get sidetracked and go to the Karsch and Anderson inbox. You can take a text us as well at 97136. Regarding the training camp stories you were talking about, John. Quote, it wasn't hazing, it was welcoming rookies to the team. LMFAO. It sure sounds like hazing, but good-natured.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't we didn't put a bar of soap in a pillowcase and make them run down the hall. I mean, that's hazing.
What?
There's old stories of teams that would put a bar of soap or something in a towel and make guys run down the hall and you just whack them with it.
Oh, and hit them with the bars.
Yeah, that's hazing.
There's
that's
stories
uncalled for.
You didn't do that?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No,
Right.
we had fun, and so part of being a rookie is one. Guys that are veterans want to know if you can handle the pressure. There's a lot of pressure when you come into an NFL training camp because there are some guys that have been doing this for 7, 8, 10 years. They're really good at what they do. You've got to try and put your level of play up to that, or you miss out on a dream. There's a lot of pressure on these kids, and you've got to find out, can they handle the pressure? Because there is a certain amount of pressure in practice, but it's nothing like games. It's nothing like the first round of the playoffs.
FYI, I went with the Sharps, although he's calling these guys the Sharks, but it's Sharps. I went with the Sharks. There was a pitching change, so my over-under bet was void, but the money line bet was valid. 1-0, go Sharks. Or Sharps. I'm going to read this just because it's on the sheet, John.
Go for it.
How much fun was Clinton Portis in camp?
He wasn't in camp.
Oh, that's right. He wouldn't practice.
Yeah. So, none.
He never?
None. He was never fun in practice or in camp.
John, what's a former player's opinion on the perceived favoritism from the league office and suspensions? Hill doesn't get suspended, yet Reed does.
Talking
about Tyreek Hill and Jerron Reed.
Yeah. The league has to be extremely careful because... And I think this discussion could take us the rest of today. But when the league initially handles a case like Ray Rice, and after they make their determination, then a new video comes out that they said they didn't know, that they didn't see this video. And so there's, which, in my opinion, it can't be true.
Well, A, it can't be true, and second of all, more importantly to me with the Ray Rice situation, they had the police report. If you read the police report says exactly what happens that you see in the video.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't pull any punches.
But
hits her in the face with enough force to knock her to the ground. I believe that may be the exact quote from the police report. And, I mean, do I need to see the video to make sure that I understand what that means? No. So now that you see the video, it's wait a minute, we didn't see the video. You're right. That's 6 games or 8 games instead of the 2 that or 2 or 4 that he initially gave.
But you also have to look at it from a legal standpoint. If you don't have enough evidence, and I got to be honest with you, I do not have all of the information on the Tyreek Hill situation. I don't know enough about it to say yes, he should have been suspended. No, he shouldn't have. All I can comment on is the NFL has to be extremely careful on both sides. If there is enough evidence to say, yes, this is not what we want to promote as our employees, then a suspension happens. But they also have to know if they don't have enough and they just say, well, we're going to try and connect the dots and we think this happened, we're going to suspend you, then it's not fair on the player standpoint. So I know that doesn't answer the question.
Well, do you think the commissioner has too much power?
Yes. I think there needs to be a committee made up of ownership, front office people, and players that would look at some of these things and be able to determine.
Kind of have checks and balances.
Yeah, a checks and balances. So you've got to have somebody from every level from players, front office, and I'm talking, when I say front office, I mean GMs, and ownership to make up what I think would be the committee that you would go to for infractions.
Regarding Matthew Stafford's comments and how they could be perceived as just preaching patience or just saying, hey, look, it's a process I'm going through. It's going to take some time to figure this out. No problem with his comments for now. Week 1, though, he has to be ready. And I asked you the same question.
Exactly.
And sure, no excuses. Going to week 1, you're ready to go. Thank you. The creativity of the plays are just as important as the quarterback executing the plays or the coach calling the plays. That's from Chase in Detroit. Well, we'll see what the new offense is going to be. They talk a lot about how it's going to be more run oriented than what we've seen in the past. Darrell Bevell's run a couple different offenses. He had one in Green Bay not Green Bay, but in Minnesota with Brett Favre. They were prolific at throwing the football. And, oh, by the way, they had Adrian Peterson, too, so they could run it. In Seattle, you've got an extraordinarily mobile quarterback, which is not what Matthew Stafford is, but that's what they had with Russell Wilson. And they had Marshawn Lynch, so they were able to run the football and throw it effectively without having to throw it in terms of throwing the ball like 30, 40 times a game. You didn't have to do that. You took care of the ball, and their defense was spectacular. So kind of different offenses there. I'm not sure which one the Lions is going to look more like, because I would imagine it probably would look more like Minnesota. The Vikings, because I think at this stage in his career, Stafford is more like what Favre was like at that stage in Favre's career. When Brett wasn't running all over the place, he was mobile, but he wasn't a running quarterback, the gunslinger everybody talks about. I think that's more what Stafford is.
Yeah.
248-539-9797 is the telephone number. All right, we want to get people's opinions. You can send a ticket text as well, 97136, about this. Coca-Cola, they introduced an alcoholic beverage in Japan back in May of 2018, and now they say that it's going to be introduced throughout all of Japan. And it's some sort of lemon-flavored drink that has alcohol in it. Now, it seems like it's a new hotness around there for different companies to create their own alcoholic beverage. Whether it's
there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of them. Well, because they're selling like crazy right now. The white clam stuff. Sorry, the white claw stuff. We like to call it white clam. White clam's selling like crazy, and there are other beverages of that ilk that sell like mad. So we were thinking about what our favorite combine a pop with one liquor, just 2 ingredients, pop and liquor. What is your favorite combination of pop and liquor? And share what you think it is, and also what you think ours is. You guys think maybe you know us a little bit? What do you think my favorite liquor and pop drink is? What about John's favorite liquor and pop drink? I've got a guess for you. I really don't. You and I have not hung out socially, so I don't know. But I've got a guess. It's a total stereotypical guess. But I've got to guess. 248-539-9797. Offer up what your favorite beverage is when you combine pop and liquor, and what you think ours are going to be when you combine pop and liquor. You can ticket text us as 97136, and again, call us at 248-539-9797. This is 97.1 The Ticket.